So hi everyone. In an earlier video, I talked to you all about doing some simple recipes for your Easter dinner. Some make ahead things. We did the deviled eggs 3 ways, which was a fun thing to do. Gave people 3 different options. So today I'm going to show you another simple recipe that would be great for Easter, but it'll also be good for those summertime cookouts and picnics, etc. So I'm going to make a simple broccoli salad. This is something you can make ahead, refrigerate, and if you are having it for your Easter dinner, it's less stress on you the day of because you can do it the night before and have it in the fridge or even a couple days before. So stick around. All right, so let's start with our ingredients. The first thing I have right here, if you can see, are some walnuts that I toasted in the oven. I set the oven at like 350 and toasted them maybe 4 or 5 minutes at the most. I kind of just watched them, and when they got nice and brown, I didn't want to burn them, just nice and brown and toasty. That's all you need. It really happens pretty quick. So I've got them already toasted here, and I'm going to set them aside for the moment. Just going to show you the rest of the ingredients. In my colander here, I've got some broccoli, a head of broccoli that I've washed. We're going to cut that up, and that'll go in there next. And a red onion. So we're going to start with those. So let me tote you down here where you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to go ahead and just get this broccoli chopped into some nice size florets. Set this aside. And it's pretty simple. You see I cut the big stem off, and then you just cut in between and break these up as big or little as you'd like the pieces to be. I've got a bowl right here. I'm going to go ahead and start tossing them in there as I chop them. And this really is a pretty quick recipe, so it won't take long. So after I do this, I'm going to go ahead and cut some red onion as well to put in there. And then I'll also add to this those toasted walnuts, but I'm going to chop them a little bit in my little food processor here. Same one I had used the other day when I did my deviled eggs. You could also chop them up by hand on your cutting board. I really don't want them real fine. I just want to cut them down a little bit so I don't have those great big pieces in my salad, because I personally just rather have a little smaller piece. It's all about preference. Everything that I show you all here, I mean, it's really all about preference, and you can easily take any of these recipes and make it your own. I'm just showing you my way and giving you some ideas on how you can take my ideas or my recipes and turn them into your own. All right, so broccoli's pretty much cut up here. I'm going to throw that in the bowl. Now to that, I've got one red onion here. I do not need this. This is all of this. This is one very large red onion. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it down like this. And cut it again over here. Now when I remove the skin, the easiest way to remove the skin from an onion is to just cut down the side. A small slit, go around again, cut another one, and maybe one more. Just cutting into that first layer, and then you can just peel it right off. Easy peasy. Now, because I only need part of this onion, I'm going to cut it in half, and then I'm going to cut a quarter of it. It's a pretty strong onion, so I don't need a lot. Can you see me down here? All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this up into just some thin little ringlets, quarter ringlets, I should say, because I did quarter it. And then I'm going to go pull these all together in a pile because I don't want big pieces of onion in this. So once I gather it all up, I'm going to go over it with just a, and if you watch how I do that, I just keep pulling it back together in the pile, turn my knife the opposite direction, and run through it again. So let's see, these are some strong onions, my eyes are watering. Until you do that until you get it as fine as you'd like. So, and for me, I'm going to say a little bit smaller is going to be good. And that's probably good. So this too will go in my bowl. At least some of it. I don't know if I need even all of that. I'm going to push this to the side of my board as well. I'm going to get rid of this onion skin. Get it out of my way here. Alright, now I'm going to just set this aside and get it out of our way. Get us some more space over here. Get rid of that. And now I have my little food processor again. And with this, I'm going to go ahead and take these walnuts that I had chopped up earlier. I'm sorry, that I had toasted earlier, rather. And we'll go ahead and get them chopped up in here. If I can get the lid on. I'll give them just a little pulse. I don't want them finely chopped. I just want to get, there we go. So. Okay, so I'm going to pour them back in here for now. Set this aside. And I'm going to do a sprinkle of some of these in my bowl here. Right in here, if you can see. Got the broccoli, the walnuts, the red onion to this. Now I'm going to add, this is just some packaged bacon crumbles. So I'm going to pour some of those in there as well. And then, to add a little sweetness to it, these are some Craisins. Some dried cranberries that have been sweetened, and you could also use raisins in this if you'd like. For those of you who may not like these or think you like these, you might be surprised because, you know, these are a little different than just a regular cranberry. Regular cranberry can be a little bitter. These are dried and they're sweetened, so it kind of changes the taste. And in here, it just adds a touch of sweetness to it. So I'm going to sprinkle some of those in there as well. All right. Now we have all this. I'm going to give it a little bit of a toss for now. All right. Now I'm going to set it over here to the side. And we're going to make our dressing. So I've got a bowl here. The ingredients for my dressing are pretty simple as well. So I've got some mayonnaise, it's regular old mayonnaise, some apple cider vinegar, and a little sugar. And we're going to do some salt and pepper because you always have to season your food. So we're going to start here with this. Let me get a spoon. And what we want is just enough dressing to coat that broccoli and all these ingredients. I think I'm probably going to empty this one out, but I do have some more over there if I need it. All right, got that. So that's probably what I have in here right now is probably 3/4 a cup, I'm gonna guess. Again, I'm just eyeballing it. That might even be, yeah, I'm gonna say 1/2 to 3/4 of a cup in there. Now to this, we're gonna add, if I can get it open. Yeah, I'm struggling. All right, that was a struggle, but I got it now. So to this, we're gonna add just a few splashes. I'm gonna say maybe 3 tablespoons of cider vinegar. This is apple cider vinegar. So about 1, 2, 3. That's how I measure. You can measure it if you want. You could get out your measuring spoon and measure about 3 tablespoons. But again, all of these recipes I'm going to show you, the majority of them do not need measured. You do it to taste and what you like. So when you do this, after we blend everything up, I want you to taste it and see what you like. If you think you need it a little tangier, add a little more vinegar. If you think it's too tangy, add a little bit more mayonnaise. Or we're going to put some sugar in there too, so you could always add a little more sugar too. But I'm also going to add a little salt and a little black pepper. All right. And then we're going to add a couple tablespoons or so of plain white sugar. Nothing fancy about this. Now I'm going to come out my whisk, or you can just use your spoon. Either one is fine. And we're going to blend it up. Just be careful till you get it going. You don't splash it all over you. Once it starts coming together, you'll see you have a nice, thick, creamy dressing. Very similar to a coleslaw dressing. See, now that's looking pretty good to me. But I'm going to go over here and grab a spoon so I can taste it. All right, let's just see what it tastes like here. Okay, I think it's a little tangy for my taste. I'm going to add just a little more sugar in there. Then that should be good. All right, now that we have our dressing done, we're going to just go ahead and pour all of that dressing over our broccoli mixture. So scoop it all out there. We're going to stir it up. Make sure it's coated really well. And you see down here, we're just going to toss it all together. See all that goodness in there. You're going to have a little bit of some sweet bites from the cranberry and a little bit of salty bite from the bacon, and you're going to get a little bit of that crunch from the toasted walnuts. And then, of course, that kind of sweet, creamy, tangy dressing that we have on this. All right, so I have a little serving dish here now, and I'm going to go ahead and put my salad right in there. I'll scoop it all out into the bowl. Now, you could cover this and put it in the fridge and let it sit for a couple of days if you really needed to. You could eat it right away if you wanted to, but it's even better if you chill it at least enough to get it nice and cold, in my opinion. All right, so there you have it. So I'm going to give it a little bit of a taste here and see what we got. That was a big bite. It's really good. Sweet, tangy, crunchy.